And welcome back to Riptide, Splatoon 2, re-entering Redemption, continuing with round 3. I am JPEG, joined by Eirik. How are you doing?
I'm doing good, JPEG, and it's great to be on the mic with you because I think my last cast was like in 2019, and you were talking about how you came into the game in 2019, so it's kind of cool to have a moment, if you will. But we're coming in at a moment, right. Right in front of us as well. Round 3 of Redemption. I don't know if you've ever played Redemption, but if y'all in the chat are familiar, Redemption is a scary place.
Yeah. Especially
when it's round 3, and these two teams are right up in each other's business. One team being 2-0, the other being 1-1. So this is the match that's going to basically decide what the outcome of the group is here. Always a tense situation,
Yeah, especially in a LAN environment where, if you're new to Splatoon, you got to know we're mostly online, so we rarely meet up for LANs. And so when you're driving up or flying in all the way to Sandusky, Ohio to compete, this is where it all peaks. This is where it all accumulates.
Yeah.
You got to play your absolute best right now.
Right. This is the moment. I mean, this is the moment where, I can't say I was a kid and I would, imagine when I was a kid, I'd be, playing basketball by myself and imagine the shot clock going down, I can't say I had a similar moment for Splatoon as a kid, but I would imagine this would be it. Just thinking, the competitive moment I could see myself on the stage on and just, waiting for that moment. This is what you kind of wait for when you're playing LANs.
Right, and you can tell. I mean, the audience is starting to kind of fill in. People want to start seeing some games as these teams start getting closer and closer in skill level, and that's when things start to really heat up.
Yeah.
Here.
You see, Inkling is having the little bit of a majority there, 64% in the prediction, and that's because Inkling is up 2-0. You have a couple familiar faces. For myself, Fusion and Popgun for sure. Also Bishop, Roundy, and DRF. 5-person roster. So they got some flexibility for sure.
Right.
But yeah, we're going to be starting off on Tower Control Starfish, and I don't know, thoughts there, because we've been seeing. I mean, we saw Starfish last round too as the first map to start things off. Before we get into the map, we should say, in case you're out there and wondering, hey, I'm looking for a way to get involved, looking for a way to play. If you've ever played Smash Bros, especially Smash Ultimate, this is your time actually right now. Papa John is offering unranked Smash Ultimate players. You're not going to be encountering, any of the top 100 for sure. And you have an experience right now to an opportunity to compete for $50,000. I'd like to do that, And the top 12 from the online qualifiers of the Papa John's Arcadian will win paid trips to Main Stage 2022. If that doesn't sound like a deal to you, I don't know who you are. You should visit thearcadian.gg for more information and to register for free today. Please do yourself a favor. With all that said, let's go ahead and get into the match. It is game 1 of our 3rd round of Redemption here, and these teams are vying for that chance. So we'll see how they start off on tower control. What do you think we can expect in terms of weapon comps from the players? Do you know anything about the preferences or things we might generally see?
Right, and we saw the InkCast'd killers on round 1 of Redemption, and they ran a couple weapons. I'm looking at what they wrote down. So each team has sent us kind of what they usually run, some facts about themselves.
Yeah.
But on the side of InkCast'd killers, nothing super backline, at least what I can see. Batson seems to run a Splatling. We saw a lot of that in round 1, and it was pretty effective from what I've seen.
Let's see if it continues its effectiveness going into this last set here for them. Let's see if the Inklings can bring it. They've got 88% of the fan base going in for them here. Killers will be wondering to try to play the upset role here, and we're going live right now, I believe. There we go.
Looking at the comps of InkCast'd killers running a double Splatling, which is nice and fresh in a Splatoon 2 shooter meta.
Right. DRF is going to spot someone coming in from the right, not going to be able to catch them. They're able to gang up on them there, and it seems like the InkCast'd killers should be able to get off to a great start here. Going to at least get, if not a full wipe, close to it. And JPEG looking like a great start for the killers here as the underseeded team.
Right, what they're looking for here is to get past that first checkpoint, because look at where the first checkpoint is. It is right near the snipe area of Starfish main stage. Super vulnerable points. So the fact that they got what was essentially a wipe so early on is crucial. Look, they can just go right past there. Actually, no, they took advantage of that spot and are able to retake that tower on the side of Ink Lawyers.
Yeah.
And get a wipe on InkCast'd Killers. This is a great opportunity to get the paint control and the specials they need to start another push.
Yeah, somehow DRF kind of popped up without I think Jorian or one of InkCast'd Killers noticing and got the best of them, ended up thwarting their push entirely, and now they're on the offensives themselves. So now the Lawyers are looking for a bit of a trial and tribulation here to go in their favor. Floops will be able to push back on the roller, but won't be able to connect. And DRF still able to chill here. They should be able to pass this first checkpoint.
Plenty of missiles, plenty of armor to go around this late stage Splatoon 2 meta. Going to pretty much make another near wipe. Everyone's kind of in the progress of respawning on the side of InkCast'd Killers, and it looks like checkpoint 2 should still be easily taken on the side of Ink Lawyers. Another round of missiles.
Bear's got to come up huge here. You've got a great angle. No one's suspecting you, but not able to convert just yet. 10 of missiles will be able to follow up. Does finally get the splat, and yeah, the rest of the team will be able to follow up. Can they clean up? The roller is still in their base, but yeah, confusion will go down. Still a work in progress, but it still comes at a cost of 18. They get it to the 18-point marker here. And JPEG, I mean, you know, it's certainly still plenty of time possible to catch up here. But for InkCast'd Killers going into this game 1-1 so far, you have to wonder what kind of setback, having this kind of setback be the first thing happen to them in this set. How do you bounce back? How is that mentality going to be looking now?
Yeah, it's all about the mind games, especially, like we said, it's redemption. This is it. You have to play your absolute best. So I wouldn't blame any player for being a little more scared to make any shocking plays here.
Yeah.
I'm seeing so many players try to go for these flank spots. I saw Roundy earlier try to sneak up on the attic, and Floops here doing it now.
Ganged up on, yeah.
But hopefully, InkCast'd Killer is going to get past that first checkpoint. Again, this spot's so awkward, especially with that Grim Range Blaster. You don't see Grim Range Blaster that much these days, but whoever that player is, making good use of it. I didn't catch her there. Bishop here.
Somehow still alive.
For real.
Yeah.
I mean, this is not a fast weapon. The burst bombs certainly help with movement, but once you make a shot, you're vulnerable.
Yeah, vulnerable indeed. Batson not able to convert there. I think they actually, that might stand. That 1v1 might be the thing that is the difference between if they're able to convert on this push or not. A straight up 1v1. Now, Bear, do you suspect them? Oh, you do, but you're going to get 2v1'd on. And yeah, that one kill from Randy before is going to be the difference in making sure they stop the tower push.
And if you don't know Roundy, he is an absolutely fearless player. Even with being the only one up, still goes in for the picks. So Bishop here gonna fire the missiles, get the armor, and hopefully we can get a round 2 of a push. Hopefully getting past that last checkpoint. That's really all they need to secure a victory here.
Yeah. Oh, they know Bishop's around with that blaster. It's gonna be hard to duck, dip, dive, and dodge there, but Batson able to, with the help of their teammates, able to push things out, get some stability here with 1 minute left.
Wow.
Or so they thought.
Loops really wanted DRF down there, gets the pick in the end. Hopefully going to get the Grim Range Blaster, which is pretty easy to fight if you just kind of rush it. This is a really hard weapon to aim, but Roundy here just going to kind of hold the zone here. I mean, if you're InkCast'd Lawyers, you want to make the push, but it's a lot easier to defend in this game than to push. So really, all they have to do is just kind of leave the tower in mid and provide steady pressure. If you're on the side of InkCast'd Lawyers, the Ink Lawyers. I'm getting two names mixed up.
No, the names are too similar now. It's a little bit hard. Oh, Bear just barely not able to scoop out of there. And Roundy, with the help of their team, they're going to be able to push on up. And this is exactly the position you want to be in here if you're Ink Lawyers. 10 seconds left to go around there.
10 seconds to go. All specials ready, and they're just sitting in mid. All they have to do is just let InkCast'd Killers come to them. Yeah. And that makes picking a lot easier. Right.
The RF, their spidey senses are tingling somewhere here. Batson able to get on the tower somehow in the middle of this whole crew of things, but yeah, they'll go down. Floops will jump in a little bit too late, and that should be the end of game 1 here. You
gotta appreciate the fearlessness. I mean, you got no choice, but you know, to stay on the tower like that.
I'm just surprised they made it there, because like all 4 were just like in the middle, and somehow finding a needle and a thread and making it work.
Guessing Roundy top frag with the 15 kills. Not bad at all. Not bad at all.
Not bad at all. Yeah, I wish I'd be getting 15 kills a game. Yeah. We'll see if they can keep it up. Rainmaker, Blackbelly Skate Park.
Yeah,
my favorite. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing the response here. Obviously, a great start on Yellow's side. It's not the Lawyers, but a great start. You know, coming in as the underseeded team here. which if you go in game 1 and have a shaky start, that just screws with your mentality. So able to at least get that and be keeping the game close, really important.
Yeah, so what we're going to see here, I mean, you've been a little bit out of the scene for a while, but coming back into it, let me give you a little refresher. Shooters are king here at the end of Splatoon 2's competitive lifespan. So here we're going to see lots of Jet Squelcher, lots of Stingray. This is a perfect, nice and long map to run the Rainmaker, but that also means the Stingrays are a little extra strong here.
A little, a little bit more than
just
usual. Just a wee bit,
So definitely going to see some GG rays, and if you're new to Splatoon, that means you pop a ray and you win. GG's. Yeah. That's basically it. You'll know it when you see it.
Yeah. We've in talking about the ray, and the future of the game in general, I can't say everyone's first reaction to the ray appearing in the next game, Splatoon 3, was the most positive, but it seems like it's found some kind of way of balancing things. But here, as we say goodbye to our game that's guided us through so much, we're still leaning on that ray a little bit, and we'll see how much they lean on it here going into.
Fusion, I see you. I see you with the low ink, the low ink sticker.
The representation.
That's how you get commentary bias going. I see you.
Yeah. Do you think you'll ever change your handle?
My handle? No, absolutely not.
You'll be 40.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, I'll be 40, still playing Splatoon 8 when Tactical is still in the game.
Yeah.
Rainmaker Blackbelly, Game 2, Redemption Round 3. And once again, seeing one Jet Squelcher, you know what? I'll take it. One Jet Squelcher. Still sticking with the Grim Range. I'm only obsessed with it because Grim Range is so fun in theory, but in practice, it's so hard to use. It's so hard to use, and I respect Bishop for using it.
How come? Please tell.
It's such a slow weapon, and if you miss, it's such a huge punishment. And it's not like a hit scan weapon. I mean, look how slow that projectile moves, and you have to play perfect. But yeah, the fact that Bishop's using it, I respect it. And the tournament, the send-off Splatoon 2, picks something cool. Picks up the fans want to see. I respect it.
Fusion going to try to style on everyone here, but the Ray will come out, prevent the Rainmaker from pushing up. Further than that, we'll be able to get the quickness there. Two splats down, and I think they might be able to finish it just there.
And wow, okay. Well, if you like Blackberry Skate Park, sorry. Because that's it.
Hey, it's cool. I missed the Blackberry too. 2-0.
2-0.
That's exactly the kind of thing you would, I guess, expect to happen on Blackbelly Rainmaker. It's like the reason people are scared of playing this map mode, because it can just end like that, especially on such a small scale map. But hey, it happens every now and then.
Yeah. If you're wondering why Splatoon 3 has checkpoints on Rainmaker, there you go.
That's
go ahead
case in point. Yeah. So game 3 going into it, you have to wonder, now down 0-2 all of a sudden, 60 seconds later, what is the response like? We're going Clam Blitz on Sniper Canal right up next here. And for InkCast'd Killers down 2-0, this is the do or die game. It can't feel too good going up and having to reverse sweep essentially.
Right. And at this point, it's less about planning your game. Right now in comps, it's all about pulling it together. You have to get everything straightened out. The turning nerves are at their all-time high, and this could be it. Yeah.
Clam Blitz though is one that shakes teams up a little bit here and can be kind of. I feel like some teams, haven't really mastered Clam Blitz as much as the other modes, right? And so it is a bit of a wild card to see and predict around. So we'll see how InkCast'd Killers are able to play around it, or if the lawyers are able to lawyer up here and finish things out 3-0.
Right. And what's nice about Clam Blitz, it's not as fast as Rainmaker, so there's at least a little bit of breathing room here.
Knock on wood, at least. I mean, well, maybe we see 4 footballs and everyone jumping in at the start or something.
Oh, believe me, I've seen it.
Yeah. Well, we'll see how it plays out here in our potential last game of the set. Roundy running away from some covering fire from the Killers here, able to get the 10 missiles out in the first 20 seconds of the game, that being really important, especially when they rush getting a football right there in the center.
Yeah, missiles are about displacement. Getting a pick with it is a nice bonus, but it was a good catalyst to this potential push here. Bishop here gonna have to play a little more defensive while pushing because of the range blaster, but if he can get a couple picks there, it'll help out a lot. Bear here being the anchor, InkCast'd Killers need to hopefully prevent that power clam from getting in.
Ooh, but we do see at least a couple going down, 2 going down for the Killers here. Bear, will you be able to stand tall? No, and it will be the first barrier broken by the Laureas here. Will they be able to follow up? Fusion on the right side have plenty of clams too, and they're going to be chucking and throwing them at free will here, it seems. Floop's Bear doesn't really have an answer for it. Jordan does get a kill on the lower side of things, but it won't be enough to prevent them before getting to a substantial point marker here. 41 clams remaining.
Wow, great pick on Roundy. Roundy
needed that.
They needed that. Missile's gone. The missiles had to go. And Floop's here sharking. We've seen Floops earlier doing some plays just like that where they kind of just shark around and wait for someone to just kind of show up and then pop the inkjet, get a couple more picks, and great catalyst for a push going on here.
Surprised by the inkjet usage there because we didn't see anyone in the immediate vicinity, right? So interesting to use there, but either way, we'll be able to push up, still alive, and it seems like it's a 2v1 here. Gets rid of them, full wipe, so they should be able to at least, their remaining 2 teammates coming back from spawn should be able to jump in. And if they can collect some clams along the way, I don't think they have a football already. Now they do, but just barely missing it, yeah. Having to kind of spam it there after seeing the rest of the lures showing up, you know. I'm sure looking at the field goal there, they weren't too confident about that throw, but sometimes you just have to try.
It's heartbreaking, but you know, there's 2.5 minutes left on the clock. You need to, you can't dwindle on that. You have to keep going.
Right. Get at least one tiny missile out there. And with just under half the game remaining, DRF and Lawyers are sitting pretty comfortably here with 2 footballs at the ready. Will let go one of them with a death over there, throws one away, but it won't be before Batson takes care of them. And so Killer's still in a position to respond.
Yeah, they need to paint mid, get all their specials ready. 2 specials are online, one of them being missiles, which is crucial, and the inkjet, which is going to allow... It's a great intimidation tool. Even if you don't get picks, everyone's scared of the flying guy shooting giant explosives at him. And 2 clams ready, but not enough power to push in.
Yeah.
Ink Lawyers doing a really good job on defense this whole game.
Yeah. Yeah, that inkjet actually was good, and it provided some vision at a point where they didn't really have any. So it actually gave them good context to where motion was happening through the ink as green squids were swimming through it. But hey, yeah, Laura's able to defend one more time yet again, and it seems like InkCast'd Killers are struggling to find the answers here.
Ink Lawyers ready to make another push. Once they get all their specials ready and they get a couple of clams, but they're kind of prematurely approaching that basket. I think they're just kind of playing defensively, if anything. You know, as long as the enemy team's dead, they can't push. So that's the mentality I assume they have.
Offense, something offense being the best defense, something.
And I've seen plenty of clan games where teams will just kind of camp out at their basket, but it backfires heavily, so I don't blame them.
Yeah. Well, you don't got too much time left remaining if you're the Killers. Hopefully they'll slay away, but they have no idea what DRF is doing.
Do they know?
DRF is the corner of the person in the corner of the room saying they don't know that I'm in. They don't know I'm in their business. They don't know I'm going to be coming up on them.
I don't think DRF knew either. But they got their clam,
and they still got a gunman, but it won't be enough to 59 points with 40 seconds remaining and nobody jumping in with no clams. It won't be enough. It's a tough call here to say if they'll be able to mount a comeback with the 30 seconds left remaining and the 20-point penalty.
Bishop here trying to create the pressure. And you know what Grim Range is good at? Pressure at distance. I mean, look, the explosion there, you don't want to be anywhere near that. And that's exactly what happened there to Jordan.
Huge splat there. Bear does go down. Lawyer's looking to finish things here. But both going to, okay, I mean, a bit of a moment where they did not catch Batson coming on their right. 5 seconds left. Is there any possible thing Killers can do to mount a comeback here? We'll see right now.
It's overtime, and you don't want to be here. But Floop's a little antsy to get the clam in the basket. I mean, the score's closer than you think, but
it really is.
The defense on Ink Lawyers here, super strong. The Booyah Bomb's going to help at least him out of the way just for a little bit. Going to get the clam in and extend overtime.
No, but it's a full wipe at this point.
It's a full wipe, yeah. It's not looking great.
So, honestly, hey, hats off. They had a great run, especially in this last round here. It was looking great for a moment for InkCast'd Killers, but weren't able to bring it all the way back.
You
don't want to slip on camera.
You don't want to fall on camera.
No.
But yeah, They started looking really good at the end there.
Yeah.
But if you have 5 minutes on the clock in Clan Blitz, you got to pull it together as fast as possible.
Right. And so that'll result in a clean 3-0 for the Inkloyers here. And in the meantime, I think there's a 3-way tie for the other 3 teams in this group being 1 and 3.
Oh, wow.
So I have no idea what mess happens there. Shouts out to the TOs. Y'all going to be able to figuring that out. But congrats to the Inkloyers for being the one team to for sure move on. And now the other teams must kind of bite their teeth and fingernails in fear.
Right.
Of what may be happening. Never love to see a tiebreaker situation happen if you're a player or a TO.
Well, I'm a TO, and I'm trembling. No, I'm just kidding. I'm actually here, so I don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, this is like the one place you do want to be if you're a TO.
I feel like every time I'm in the comm booth, I was in the comm booth yesterday at the beginning of Splatoon 3, which was when a lot of problems were occurring, and now I'm here.
Yeah.
So I guess I have bad luck when I'm in this particular spot.
Right. Hey, I mean, we'll see what becomes of things here. I'm sure the TOs will be the ones to look through the rule book if they need to and get things sorted out. But that is the end of at least the first wave of redemption. And for the folks vying for a spot in, I believe, top 16, right? I think. This is the moment to at least get things out. They next have to play if they make it out into top 16. They next have to play, I believe, at noon Eastern time, local here. They got plenty of time to.
It might be 10.
Rest.
Might
be
off
10?
the top of my head.
Might be 10.
Yeah, I think it's 10 o'clock. Because Splatoon 3 started at 12.
Right. Well, I was thinking bronze bracket would be happening at 10 a.m. or something.
I might be wrong.
Yeah,
we'll see what happens.
Hey, it's your tournament, Come on.
Nearly. I'm just a volunteer.
Oh, yeah, you're just.
I'm just a volunteer. I'm staff until it's convenient.
Yeah. Well, noon is when they'll have enough time to rest up for it. I know, that people, if you're playing your top 16 matches, you generally want to get some rest, get some brekkie. The breakfast options here are, probably pre-made sandwiches or pizza and fries. So maybe not the most nutritional value you're getting, but
and they're not cheap either. But it's convenient.
It is convenient. 20. Gotcha. I think so.
Okay.
So I think top 16 happening after. Yeah. Cool. Well, perfect. But yeah, I guess we have our next round of redemption coming through.
Right.
And we'll be keeping an eye out on basically the teams we're going to be seeing in the second wave, which actually curious to see, the first matches we'll be seeing. Because just looking at things, let's take a look here. Handy dandy old phone, modular device. Yeah, one group I was excited to look at is the group of Lemons, Boy Boomers, 20 Pew Pew, which is a team I recognize from a lot of lands.
Oh, yeah.
And Rise and Trogdon. A lot of teams that ended up going, 2-1 in their group and having like really close game 5 sets. So seems like it'll be like really evil.
That's one way to put it.
A really evil thing happening here. Even match teams, or at least it seems like it. Looking at the teams and players here, do you have any teams, at least in this group, that or players that you're looking forward to seeing here?
We saw Lemons yesterday in Splatoon 3, and I know it's a different game, but I guess it
some crossover you would like to think.
Yeah. And Bowie Boomers, I commentated them yesterday. Both teams were a really strong showing.
Yeah.
But I'm personally most excited for 20 PPU, and I know a lot of people getting into the Splat scene. Now Splat 3 is coming out, and if you don't know 20 PPU, they're an all bamboozler team, which is the one-shot sniper.
Yeah.
So they're my personal favorite.
fun that they made it here to redemption.
Right.
I would love to check them out a little bit. And then we got one other pool happening soon in parallel to that. That I'll have an eye on in a minute. When was the last time? Are you playing in today's?
I'm not
in
playing.
The event. No. Okay. When was the last time you played in a LAN, if at all?
I played at Low Tide City. When was that? April, May. And had a good time. Made bronze,
Yeah.
But, watch TO. You gotta do what you gotta do.
Right. No, that's the thing. I asked if at all because it's hard.
It is hard.
Hard to make time. Not
well,
only to make time for it, but also just like have the mentality to like be in the moment there while you're having all these to dos. You know,
Right.
It's hard.
Well, by then we knew IPL would be running Riptide, so you know, when I was going to LTC, I was like, you know what, I'm actually not going to help out. I'm going to play it one last time, one last land.
Yeah.
So now
Why
I'm
not?
here, all hands on deck. No,
Right.
no gaming for me.
Right. No gaming for JPEG. None of that.
None of that.
mess.
None of that.
No.